friend in the arts, Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. Let's do this. Uno más, baby. Uno más. Yeah. So I'm going to do a painting here. Let's do a landscape painting just so that we don't lose the habit of making good stuff in this studio. All right, let's do this. Boom. What's happening, beautiful people of the Grams? This is your friend, Jose Trujillo, and you're about to experience Uno Más landscape. So I'm going to start out with some black. It's very simple. Very simple. That's all we're going to do. Very, very simple. Look at this. Look at that. Hola, hola. How's it going, Constance? Good to see you. Hola, Adriana. How's it going? Helmin. What's happening? Emma. México representando. Qué chulada. Viva México, pelaos. All right, let's do this. So check it out. This is going to be super simple. Very, very simple stuff. You guys tell me, okay? The whole idea of this is just to get some little bit of that je ne sais quoi in there. These are my little trees. My little trees do whatever they want. Look at that. And then look at this. How's it going, Alicia? Good to see you here, my friend. Very, very cool. Super simple, okay? Simplicity. If there was a religion I would join, it would be called the religion of the simple. Teach me how to be simple. Simple-minded. I would join that. I would join anybody preaching that. All right, let's move. Let's do this. Let's see. Can we see your reference picture if you're using one? You would, but I don't have one. I don't have a reference picture. Usually with paintings like this, I hardly ever use a reference. My references are mostly used in figurative work, such as portraits and things like that. But for the most part, I'm not using a reference ever. And so this keeps the art very very original, and it also keeps it from from trying to please my mind. You know, when we're using references, usually there's a necessity to please what we're looking at. Not always, but for the most part. And so not using a reference actually helps me stay out of that situation. So I've used references my entire career. It hasn't been until lately that I stopped using them as much. Every time I use them less and less. For some reason. It's not really by choice, it just kind of happens. Look at that. Yum. I love that. You keep us guessing. A little guessing game. A little guessing game. Even when I teach this stuff, I do have workshops that I teach, online workshops. The references that I use to teach this stuff is they're my own drawings. They're just sketches, and so that liberates the artist to a certain degree from being fixed on an idea that the painting is supposed to look like something specific. I think that the less the painting looks like something specific that you have in mind, or that you have an image of, especially when you're painting this type of stuff, the more liberated you are as an artist to create something original. Originality really is the name of the game, and you can't really create something original if you're constantly looking at a reference. Look at that. Something like that. Now I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. I don't paint like most other artists, and so my way of painting is not very I don't know. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I've known that for other artists, because it's not. I don't follow a path. You know, I don't follow a way like, oh, it's this way or that way. No, it's just the only thing that I do consistently, very consistent, is that I try to quiet my mind when I'm painting. It's the only consistent thing that I do. Everything else is it's almost like a random thing that's happening in my paintings. Everything else is very random. The idea is to get to a place where I don't want to finish a painting. I just want to work on it. And when you want to work on a painting, it becomes fun. When you have to finish a painting, like, oh, I have to finish this painting, it becomes a lot of thinking, it becomes very problematic to the mind. And when I just want to work on it, it's like a child playing in a field or playing somewhere that doesn't have any idea of time or who's going to take me home what time do I have to eat? None of that. And again, it's very liberating when you paint that way. Very smooth, very, very calm. I'm only enjoying the movement of the brush, really. The moment that I don't enjoy the movement of the brush and I feel like I need to make a painting, or I need to finish it, or I need to work on a painting, creativity seems to not be as strong. I'm strongest when I'm more relaxed. So the little pause that I do when you see me do something like this, that I stop, it's almost like an asking permission to move forward. It's almost like knocking on a door and asking permission. Can I move forward? When you pause, because what you're doing is you're settling your mind. You're resting your mind. The constant movement of the mind doesn't allow you to be very creative. And so when you pause for a little bit, you re-engage with that creativity. You see what I mean? Am I using medium? The only medium I use is walnut oil. Relaxed is the zone. Yeah, the state of being relaxed is when you enter the zone. And others can feel it too. Other people tell me it's so relaxing to watch you paint, and it's because it's relaxing to me. And so others can feel the energetic field of entering the zone. It's always available. It's just a matter of being relaxed. It's so magical because it's always available. This is creativity. Creativity is entering the zone. Is being in a relaxed. Creativity is not ideas. Ideas come and go. Creativity is painting with a quiet mind. That's creativity. And see, so you ask permission, and then the brush knows exactly what to do, but first you ask permission to enter. To put it in those words, of course I'm not literally asking the canvas permission to paint, but I stop. All right? Check my breath, and I ask permission to enter. And then the brush knows exactly what to do. I don't have to do anything other than hold the brush. When you're not calm, you're trying to hurry. And so people ask me, why do you paint so fast, so calmly? Because I have to not hurry. You have to not hurry. Because when you're hurrying means you're not enjoying what you're doing. You know, if you hurry, if you're eating in a state of hurry, or if you're talking in a state of hurry, or if you're walking, hurry, you're hurry, it's because there's some level of stress. There's some level of stress in there. And stress is very normal. It's a very normal state of being of the human but there is no creativity in stress. Very little. It's only cleverness. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I love the colors that you're using. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate it. It is very easy to get stressed when you're creating artwork, but it's also very easy to leave that stress. It's just as easy to leave it. Is as accessible, I guess is the word I was looking for. You see, and then the painting has a different quality. And the viewer knows, the buyer knows, the person who's looking at it, the person who's buying it, they know that it has a different quality. They can feel the different quality. It's a relaxed quality. All right, mija. You see that? Very, very simple.
Hey, Daniel, make sure to lock the top one.
And every time you feel a little stressed, maybe you're a single mother, you're a father, you have to do something, you have to go take care of the kids, and you feel like you don't have time to paint or whatever, take a couple of breaths and pause and move slowly. Because what you're trying to do is not paint right. That's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is calm your mind so that you're able to paint freely. See, what I want to do is paint freely, not right. There's no such thing as painting right or good or bad. It doesn't exist. It's a man-made thing. There's painting in peace and painting out of peace, but there's no right, wrong, good, bad in painting. It doesn't exist. It's a mental object. So when you feel like I don't have time, or all this noise around me, or whatever, pause a little bit. Or a lot. You can stay there for a bit. You'll feel it. You'll feel your breath. You'll feel there's a certain energy that you'll feel, almost like if dust is settling in your body, or mud is getting down. Some sort of heaviness starts getting down to the bottom. And then you can move forward. And it's a beautiful exercise. It's a very beautiful exercise to get you out of your mind so that you have access to the creative aspect of life. No good painting was ever created on a full mind. Everything good is created on an empty mind. That's why it's good. Look at that. And so you start getting into what is called right action You can't. You have the Midas touch. There's nothing wrong you can do because you're having fun. Fun is actually the way to measure whether you're doing a good painting or a bad one. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you in a state of joy? If you're in a state of joy, you're doing a great job. It's the only place for where there's some level of sanity in your head. Are you enjoying this? When you're creating whatever you're doing, you might not be an artist, you might do a dancer, musician. Is there joy in it? If there's no joy in it, slow down. Find the joy. Because the joy is in the brushing. Okay? It's in the feeling. If you're a musician, you're feeling the chords of your guitar or the keys of your piano. It's in the feeling. It's not in the outcome. The outcome takes care of itself through your training or the level of skill set that you have. And so that takes care of itself. I'm not thinking about the painting of what is the painting going to look like. No. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the brushwork. I'm not thinking about what the painting will look like because that is not my job. That will take care of itself. I practice enough for that to take care of itself. My only and number one and only job is to enjoy the brushing. If I enjoy the brushing, everything else gets taken care of. And so I'm feeling this bliss as I'm brushing right here. Look, there's this bliss. And every time that I'm tempted to start thinking and not feel the bliss, I ask permission to the canvas to move forward. How do I do that? I stop. Again, I let my dirt settle. The thoughts are the dirt. I start settling. And then I move forward. And then the mind gets tempted again to start overthinking or thinking. You don't have to overthink to lose your way. You can just start thinking and you'll lose your way. You'll start thinking about, well, okay, what does that color mean? Where is that going? How much time do I have? I have to go pick up my kid from school or blah, blah, blah. Or, whatever it is. And then, all the thoughts start rising. And then you stop again. This is a hell of a lesson I'm sharing here with you guys. This is my personal experience on painting. You stop. And then you ask permission again. You ask permission to play. Because you need to be playing. If you're not playing, this doesn't work. I've tried the other way. There's not even a payoff in the other way. There's not even you don't even get paid as an artist in any way. The other way is very painful. This is the way to paint. Not the style, no, the joy. If you're feeling joy, you got the keys of the kingdom. Everything else is everything else is just noise. The joy is everything. Am I enjoying the painting? But where's the painting going? It doesn't matter. The painting takes care of itself. It's got its own intelligence. It's you really, but it's your subconscious. It's something. It's deeper. It's your practice, your knowledge on painting, your skill set, the years that you've been painting, or the months that you've been practicing, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It takes care of itself. It takes care of itself. I don't have to be agonizing about it. All I have to do is enjoy the brushwork. And then the brushwork carries me throughout the entire painting. And it does something very interesting. It often carries others too, others who watch it. It carries them. It takes them out of their mind. for a little bit, you know. For a little bit, and it's good. Huh, Alicia, we need to put that in the book, right? Ultimately, the painting wants to be born, and it just needs you to be in a state of joy as you're moving. And that's it. That's all it's needed. For everything that you do as an artist, look for the blessing in it. Ask permission to put it in those words. Pause a little bit. Pause a little bit. And then move. Watch your hand's gonna move and it's gonna do what it needs to do. The reality is that the hand wants to play, but oftentimes we don't let it. But the hand wants to play. You know, you are a child. You want to play, but the mind keeps getting in the way. It keeps asking questions. What colors do I mix? What composition is this? You know, where do I put the horizon line? And on and it wants the mind wants to stop the playing. And there's time for that. There's time for the mind to do that. You know, when you're learning, when you're practicing, there's time for that. But now when you're doing, now you're painting, it's time to play. Anything that is play gets rewarded. When it starts getting serious, it stops being rewarded. Here, let's do another one. I'm going to do another painting. Show you again what I mean with this. If it's fun, it's got potential. Absolutely, to paint in bliss. The whole exercise is to get out of one's head, or as people say, sometimes get out of your own way. We're gonna paint a pond right here. It feels right. So we're gonna start. We're not thinking about where the pond or anything. No, it's just a little game. It's a child playing with crayons. That's who I am. I'm a child playing with crayons. I just happen to know have a little bit of knowledge. I happen to have a little bit of knowledge of color mixing, of a little bit of knowledge on art history, a little bit of knowledge on composition. Not too much, just a little bit. Ultimately, I don't need that much because I'm playing. You see? And so there's my composition. There's my composition. And And because what I want to do is play, right? I'm gauging whether I am enjoying how it feels on my hand, because that's what feels good. Okay, how it feels in my hand. Oh, this feels good. Okay, I keep doing more of this. Okay, we need to get time out of the equation. Time will fuck the whole thing up. We need to get it out of the equation. No time allowed in here.
No more time.
Excuse me for my F words. It's part of my je ne sais quoi. Some people say I shouldn't be saying them, but they have a certain punch. You know, I like them. Look at this. Feels good. And so because it feels good, the painting is good. Look at that. We wanna leave the whole idea of time. Time will get you to hurry and to be sloppy and to get you in a state of some sort of stress or whatever. What we need to do here is slow everything down a little bit. Sorry, that sound you hear is my son playing with his skateboard. I have it set up so that he can have some fun in the studio there while I'm painting. Look at that. All while you're breathing. You have to breathe while you're doing it. Inhale, exhale. This is the art of painting. Is being in communion with yourself. Everything else is noise. The goal is, does this feel good as I'm brushing? Not does this look good? No. Looking good is not the goal. Looking good will do it of its own. That will take care of itself. Does this feel good? Does it feel good in my hand, in my body, in my soul? Does it feel good? Is there a feeling of joy? If there's a feeling of joy, you may proceed. If there's no feeling of joy, you have to really slow down and stop. Because every time you stop, the dust settles in your mind and then you move. And that's painting. Man, I'll give you guys a crash, what do you call it? A crash course on my personal method of painting, my secret weapon on painting. This is how come when I paint, when I paint or I market my work or I show my work, there is no doubt in my mind that the work is perfect, because it was created in a perfect, not perfect as in me, holy die me, no, in a perfect state of mind. It was created in a quiet state of mind. And if the work is created in a quiet state of mind, the work is perfect. Because it came out of joy. Everything that comes out of joy is well done. And so people ask me, how do you get that brushing done? The brushing is not a skill set. The brush or the application of the color is the result of joy. It's not a skill set. It's me just enjoying putting butter on a toast, on a piece of toast here. With a little bit of knowledge on color theory and composition and, you know, what else do they call that? Values and tints and shades. Just a little bit, a very basic knowledge. I have a very basic knowledge on that. Not a lot, very basic, very 101. One could say almost a very mediocre knowledge on that is what I have. But all I care about is the application. Because the application is where the art is. That's where the art is. They won't teach you this in school. Promise that. If someone's teaching this in school, man, tip my hat to that. This is the result of day in and day out for a decade being a full-time artist, day in and day out, finding out what actually makes a painting. And then you start finding out that nothing makes a painting, the painting makes itself. It's the state in which you are that makes the painting, that really makes the painting, that allows the painting to be. That state, my friends, is worth gold. More than gold. Because that state allows you to have the Midas touch on whatever you're creating. You're creating it perfectly. Because you're in harmony with yourself. It doesn't take much knowledge of art. This is why I say, like, doesn't matter how much knowledge in art you have, you're good to go. You're only going to learn more as you go. Look at that. Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Yes, I am. And so the painting comes out. The painting never lets me down when there is joy in it. When there's no joy, there's desperation. I'm desperate. I'm anxious. I'm moving too fast. I'm overthinking everything. No. Settle the dust and enjoy it. If you can't enjoy it, then walk away from it. Come back to it when you feel you can enjoy it. Of course, if you're a professional, you can't walk away from it every time you don't enjoy it. So you're gonna have to learn, right? You're gonna have to learn how to get in that state. As a professional, you don't have the luxury to say, I'm going to. You might not. You might not. I'm going to walk away from painting for a couple of days, and so I didn't have that luxury. So I needed to learn how to get in that state, so that I could enter it at will. This is why I don't believe the whole idea, the notion of inspiration. Or yeah, there is inspiration, but it's born out of this. It's born out of this state. So you never think about the painting, ever. Could care less about what the painting is going to look like. The painting is not my goal. The painting never lets me down. The painting always comes out. And see, too many of us are worried about the painting. I know because I spend most of my career worried about the painting. Oh, what about the paint? The painting is the last thing you need to worry about. The painting will always pop out. The state in which you create it is what matters. Because that, my friends, even dictates it dictates everything. It matters so much that when people see them, they want to buy them. They can't help themselves, but they either want to buy them or they want to have them in their gallery, because I believe, this is just me now, just my own thoughts, but I believe that people can feel, see, maybe even feel the energetic field in which the painting was produced. We all love a bird song, we all love hearing little birds. None of us understand it. Who understands what a bird is saying? But we all love it because of the energetic field in which the bird is singing. And so people don't need to understand the painting to understand it. People understand it without understanding it, right? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. And there they are, the little reflections just popping in, popping out through the painting. You'll notice if the painting is coming out good in your experience, you'll notice there's an agitation. There's no agitation present. You're not trying to hurry. There's no agitation present. If the painting is coming out, if you feel like the painting's not coming out good, there's an agitation. The agitation is not because the painting is coming out bad. Because there is agitation, the painting is coming out bad. It's not the other way around. So sometimes artists say, oh man, I don't like anything that I'm painting. I'm agitated or whatever. And it's like, no, it's because you're agitated that the painting, that you're not enjoying the painting. And it's not coming out. It doesn't have that quality. And so again, the number one job of the artist is to lose that agitation. So that you have access to creativity. And it's very simple. It's just, you just have to enjoy yourself. You do that quite often and you'll start getting paid for it too. Which is, every day I wake up and I find it bananas that people actually pay me to do this shit, because I every day I find it bananas. Not that I don't believe it, but that I'm always in a state of gratitude. I'm always like in awe that people actually want to buy this. They're like, oh, I want to buy that. I want to, or that they want to exhibit it in their galleries, or whatever. And it's because I think we all like things that are done in that state, whether it's swimming or playing ball, or it relaxes us, I think. It helps us forget about our own agitations, our own problems. And so when we see someone very relaxed, it relaxes us. There's our water. Simple like that, my friends. I hope that you enjoy this little segment. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. And this is what I did today. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, if you'd like to learn how to paint this way, I do offer workshops. You can DM me and I'll send you a link to that, or I'll walk you through it, talk to you about it, whatever. If you like the paintings also, they are available on eBay. I'm auctioning them, and I'm starting the auctions at $1. So the link is in my profile here on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to pin a link below on the comment section. All right. Peace out, my friends. Stay well and sophisticated. Yeah.